Today, we're talking about you don't know what you don't know about marketing. I'm Geraldine Convento from Reverence Media.
I'm Gisel and Geraldine, the CFO and co-founder of All in One Branding.
So, you might have had this experience where you talk to people in your community and they tell you, oh, I think it would be better if you had different logo colors, or maybe you should do this or that. We tend to get influenced by what other people say. And those people aren't always marketers. Sometimes they are, sometimes not.
Yeah.
But our experience has been that sometimes potential clients come to us saying they need one thing, but actually they need something else.
I would say 9 out of 10 times.
And there's
I
nothing wrong with that.
I
It
I wanna say, like, 100% of the time people come to us, but, I I'm pretty sure it's, like, 9 out of 10 times people come and say, "I really need social media stuff." And we're like, "Okay." So we book a meeting, and then we start asking all these questions. We come to find out that they don't even have a brand, and that's probably because you may not know that you don't have a brand. So again, you don't know what you don't know about marketing.
or sometimes they have really great branding in terms of the visual look and feel. Their website's really great, but one thing might fall short, like the message isn't clear. And I think this is why the discovery call, which means, when you book a meeting to interview the marketing agency and they interview you, it's really important to get their outside perspective, because as marketers, we can see what you can't. And
Mhm.
we might tell you that, okay, well, I understand you need better social media presence because you have this need for sales. Are you aware that social media posts aren't always a direct funnel to a
Mhm.
sale?
Mhm.
And, there's a few more steps, or that's just a piece of what you might need. There's a lot of different ways that you can execute marketing, and the marketing professional should be able to say, well, you could do that, but how about something like this? Have you thought about that? And it should be, even at the level of a discovery call, it should be a collaborative
Mhm.
exploration and process. Would you agree, Giselle?
Yeah, it's definitely it's a mutual collaboration in the first initial discovery session. It's up to the business owners to ask questions to the marketing agency. It's up to the marketing agency and the marketing team to ask the business owners questions to figure out what products and services are going to be a really good fit. So, in all the question asking, things could come up.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to come to these conversations vulnerably, willing to share what you've tried that didn't work, not being ashamed of the money that you wasted in the past. Because one thing I notice about small business owners is that a lot of times when it comes to marketing, their focus is like, oh gosh, can I afford this or not? And so what happens is that you see an ad on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever. And it's like social media, $99 a month. And then you start to get really attracted to the price. But what happens is that when you pay for these types of lower cost services, you don't get the personalization that's really needed for your stage of business. And then the posts don't really reflect who your company is, what your value is, because that company, they created a turnkey service just for the sake of having something on social media. So be very careful about when you see these ads for something that's really cheap, because you don't always get a person to be able to interact with and shift things to make it sound like you, look like you, and actually talk like your business.
And asking a lot of questions, and even at the very end saying, what don't I know about this? Like asking the marketing consultants or the marketing team or the marketing agency, what do you see would be the best next steps for me or for my business to reach the goals that I want?
And make sure you interview multiple companies
Yeah.
and ask them that same question and see if there's alignment with what they say, or if there's a distinct difference.
Mhm.
Go with your gut feeling. Try and look at your own brand or website or whatever you have from a fresh lens and be like, okay, well, they're offering this as services. Do I really need that? And trust yourself, because at this point, hopefully you've asked enough questions that you feel more informed.
We really want you to feel empowered as a business owner. And so at the end of the day, you are hiring a marketing team or a marketing agency to provide services for you. And even to say, you know what, I'm not ready to do this. Because there is a level of commitment is necessary from a business owner. If you're not ready to make the commitment to work with an agency like us, like All Mode Branding, or like Reverence, it's also important for you to speak up and say, you know what, this is not the right time for us to do this. Can you please contact me in 3 months from now, in 6 months from now, in 1 year from now, or I will contact you. And we have had discovery calls like that, or we have had discovery calls. We send out proposals and they respond and they say, you know what, I'm not ready for this right now. Can you please contact me in 6 months? And we do.
So we look forward to hearing from you soon. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to leave it in the comments or the DMs or wherever you're watching this. Reach out to us.